Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Thursday morning to you all. Hope you guys are feeling awesome out there, having a great start to your day, staying warm, more importantly, and staying safe with certain areas just getting slammed with heavy snow. Now, the areas that are getting hit by heavy snow, you guys are used to it. You certainly are. Even it being November, it's definitely not super uncommon. Now, getting 4 feet of snow, that doesn't happen every year, but we're certainly going to have that potential in certain areas. We're going to give you an update on the lake effect snow events for certain areas, and we're going to talk about most of the country as a whole and try to figure out what's going to happen today as some really cold air really settles in. I really think tonight across areas of the eastern U.S. could be quite chilly, but we're going to break it all down this video for you guys as best we can. Stay tuned tonight. We're going to give you guys, and I meant to do it last night, I just ran out of time preparing the video. But tonight, we're going to really start going over what it looks like for Thanksgiving. We're a week out now, and I feel like we can comfortably talk about what could potentially happen Thanksgiving. And there is a potential for a storm. Some of the models like the idea of some severe weather. Some of them like the idea of a snowstorm for certain areas. But there's going to be a storm around for that holiday weekend and time frame. So we certainly need to start honing in on it. So if you guys have not subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button for me. Like the video if you like it. Hit me up on Twitter, social media platforms over there. Great way to follow along, especially on Twitter. Great way to interact with me and just talk weather, just talk anything. So if you guys got anything that I can pray about, pray over, please put it in the comments below. It gives me an opportunity to pray over it, and it gives others an opportunity to do so too. So let's get rolling here. Been a very busy week. It really has. Just trying to get Christmas stuff up, kind of building back into a routine. It feels like there just isn't, with no daylight, it really just feels like there's just no time in the evenings. And me and my family already crashed really early. When I say really early, I'm talking about 8:30 is normally when our entire household shuts down and we all go to bed. So, it doesn't leave us a whole lot of time. So I've been trying to get out as much detailed information as I can in these videos, so hopefully it's been helping you guys. But watches and warnings, advisories, things like that, winter weather advisories across the northern plains, winter storm warnings has been expanded to several more counties in Michigan and southwest Michigan. And you still got them 3 counties in northern Indiana that have winter storm warnings. And then you can't see it here, but there's lake effect snow warnings up for several counties. They're going to get slammed by these lake effect snow bands and already are right now. Freeze warnings ongoing for these darker purplish, bluish color counties down here. And these are freeze watches down here in the bayou and areas of southern Mississippi. So sub-freezing temperatures ongoing right now, pretty far south. And we'll have another night of it tonight. And you can see those lake effect snow warnings up in these green colors right here, which isn't shown on the pivotal weather forecast. But let's break down the Northeast first. And to start off right now, let's take a look at what's going on right now. I meant to already have this pulled up. This is Buffalo, National Weather Service out of Buffalo. Let's try to get this in motion here and get this rolling for you guys. Just give it a second. But here it goes. The directional flow is coming out of this way right now. In general, a little bit of flow like this up here, some snow showers moving through Rochester, and then you're getting hit pretty good here in Jamestown right now. I saw a report overnight where I think someone already got almost 8 inches of snow, and that was overnight. That same area's probably picked up a few more. I'm really thinking, guys, it's going to be a jackpot area right into here. I think the epicenter might be Hamburg right here south of Buffalo. That's just my gut feeling. Just looking at all the model guidance, I know the National Weather Service has the jackpot more so over Buffalo, where they're predicting, I think, 3 to 4 feet of snow. But man, I'm really just liking the idea of south of Buffalo. But those are the experts. They are assigned for this specific area, so they know. But either way, a few miles do make a difference between a crippling, paralyzing snowstorm to the point where you just can't go anywhere, or the difference between maybe just 6 to 8 inches. And not literally a few miles, but maybe 20, 30 miles, right? So a lot of snow already falling. It's cranking up here too, a little bit out of the radar image, but there's going to be an area right into here probably. And then it's going to be down here too, but right into these areas, they're going to get hit hard also. So let's take a look at how can it unfold over the next 24 hours. Snow bands popping off Erie and Ontario. Let's get this back in motion for you folks. And moving along here, it might kind of tamper off a little bit for Lake Erie, but it will continue for Lake Ontario. A little bit of more of a southern streamer before everything advances north. And then by the time we get into this afternoon to this evening, a big area, robust area, is going to fire off Lake Erie, and then this is going to set the tone right here. Sometime in the middle of the night, this band's going to begin. It's just south of Buffalo and right on top of Buffalo, and it is going to be intense. I mean, this is some heavy snow, some thunder snow is likely at this point, and this is going to be just firing off like a fire hose, but of snow. At the same time, you got snow, a little bit of snow showers and stuff moving through. Tomorrow morning for areas of Ohio. We're trying not to focus too much on tomorrow. We'll do that tonight. And obviously in tomorrow's video, it being Friday. But this is through tomorrow morning. But at the same time, north of Watertown or right around the Watertown area, this mean lake effect snow is popping off too. Let's get a little bit closer here. Well, in general, this is snowfall from the National Weather Service expecting over the next 24 hours. And trust me, guys, we're about to zone in on this here in a second. Just in the next 24 hours, a lot of heavy snow, Erie. This is just between now and tomorrow morning, guys. So a lot of snow expected. Really between Syracuse and Watertown in a very, it's a pretty large area, but just in this area right into here, and then this area right here begins to shift in. A little bit closer to the HRRR model for the Buffalo area, which is right into here. Watch as this band, now this is today, but watch as we shift more so into this afternoon. This is getting into this evening. And then here it comes. This huge band. This is going to be heavy 2 to 4 inch per hour rate snowfall rates here per hour. This moves in probably sometime this evening. It kind of rides up through Lake Erie, and then it becomes stationary for the most part over an area. And I really think certain folks south of Buffalo and around the Buffalo area can go to sleep tonight with not much snow on the ground, and then you'll wake up with a foot of snow on the ground. This is just the beginning of the event, and this is going all the way through tomorrow morning. This is the band that sets up and cripples this area right here south of Buffalo. Same thing with Syracuse. We'll move up to Syracuse. Same thing. You got this band that really just sets up. It's almost it's the same energy. Fires off here, and then right here on the far northeast coastline of Lake Ontario, this band gets going, and it doesn't let up for the next few days. So snowfall for the HRRR model. Watch how this unfolds. This is not the National Weather Service, it's the HRRR model. Between now and the next 24 hours, watch how it quickly builds as this band kind of shoots over Lake Erie. I mean, look how quick it adds up right here. We'll go between now and the next 24 hours. We'll stop right here. Trust me, guys, it's still snowing. Just between now and the next 24 hours, Buffalo right into here. The south side of Buffalo, maybe a foot of snow. North side, just a few inches. But this little area right into here, that's over 2 feet of snow, guys. And this isn't just going to fall in the span of over the next 24 hours. I think a lot of this is going to fall this evening into overnight. So probably an 8 to 10 hour period. So it's going to be thumping. 2 to 3, 4 inch per hour rates, guys. So this is going to be serious. It's a tone setter for the continuation of the snow that's going to be moving through. Same situation. You go up to the Syracuse area. Syracuse being right into here. I think a lot of snow could fall just north of Syracuse, but this band right up here is just starting off, right? So we'll look at the National Weather Service up here, and it has the heavier snow a little bit more north, but already, a foot of snow. But it's just cranking up here off Ontario. You go to Buffalo, between now and the next 24 hours, the National Weather Service likes this more so over Buffalo. So it has Buffalo picking up, 12 to maybe 18 inches of snow between now and the next 24 hours. All right, so a lot of snow. It has a little bit more north. The National Weather Service in general likes the idea of this just being a little bit more north than what the models are showing. The blend of all models kind of follows more so the National Weather Service. So we'll see what happens in this area today. The southeast, very quiet but very chilly. We'll watch a piece of energy that will try to fly through Missouri a little bit later today, really this evening into the overnight hours, and some light to potentially a burst of moderate snow. If you live, I know you guys have already had, this would be the third event in the last, I believe, week. You know, so if you go to sleep and you live in south central, central, and southern areas of Missouri, you might not have anything on the ground, but you might wake up to a dusting of snow on the ground. And these areas of Missouri right into here. We'll zoom in on this a little bit more here in a second. But outside of that, quiet, cool day, cold day, chilly day. You'll need your coat most of the day here in the south for us folks in the south who aren't quite as used to the chilly weather. But then south central U.S., some snow showers could move through Kansas, Colorado. And then we watch this event right here that we'll try to amplify overnight. We'll zone in on that here in a second, so bear with me for you folks in Missouri. North central U.S., it's just the same kind of pattern. You got a lot of flurries, snow showers around. Iowa this morning, you got some snow showers flying around. Same thing in Minnesota, Wisconsin. And then the cold air really gets pushed over these Great Lakes, almost an amplification of the cold air. Refires off these lake effect snow bands off Michigan, Superior, especially if you live in the far western UP of Michigan. You know, a lot of snow is going to fall in this little section here. It's kind of being overshadowed by what's going on Lake Erie and Ontario. But, I mean, you know, Grand Rapids, all these small towns, cities here in western Michigan right here, even northern Indiana, you guys are going to, you know, see a lot of snow over the next 24 hours. You really are, you know. So certain areas, certainly over a foot of snow is definitely possible. You know, and then one thing I haven't mentioned is, you know, it's going to be snowy in Ohio, probably getting into tomorrow. Definitely a kind of flurries, snow showers type day. But we'll talk about that more tonight. I always try to not ooze into the next day in the morning videos when I'm talking about this specific day. But snowfall from the National Weather Service expected in this area of Michigan, several inches of snow. And it's still going to be falling after tomorrow morning. But this little area right up here in northern Michigan, not in the UP, but this area right into here, maybe a foot of snow is possible. So I really think the UP of Michigan, the western areas are going to get hit pretty good. But we'll move a little further south, and I'm looking at the HRRR model. This is between now and the next 24 hours. I know I've said that 100 times, but you notice it's going to be kind of a day like yesterday. You're going to have snow showers, flurries flying around. Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and then later tonight in Missouri. So maybe they try to sneak into Kentucky, seeing a lot of photos and reports of how people are waking up to a dusting of snow in areas of Kentucky. I mentioned that, you know, the last couple of videos that was, you know, possible with many flurries kind of making it all the way into Kentucky. So maybe a nice pleasant or unpleasant surprise for you folks. Missouri, a little sneaky event right here. I really think sometime this evening after the sun goes down, an area of snow is going to really try to blossom in central to south central Missouri. And this could dump a little bit of snow. So a dusting, maybe a quick inch of snow in these areas. This will be the third event in the last week for you folks. And some of this might make it all the way into the Fayetteville area of northwest Arkansas again. And, you know, then it will dissipate pretty quickly, but maybe waking up to still some flurries in northern Arkansas. How much snow from this? The National Weather Service says, I think that's the wrong thing here. The National Weather Service says the potential for, you know, maybe a dusting right down here. The blend of all models, same kind of deal. This just could drop a little quick dusting overnight for certain areas, but temperatures today, very chilly day. You're just locked in the tundra up here in the northern plains, north central U.S. Certain areas of the Ohio Valley, just due to cloud cover and flurries, snow showers won't get above freezing. And then very cold up here in the north and the northern, the inland areas of the Northeast. But even in the South, I mean, Tennessee locked into the 40s, Kentucky locked into the 30s, cold day in Missouri, cold day in Arkansas, Carolinas, 40s and 50s. Same thing for the deep South. The cold front finally has made it through Florida, where you folks I mean, the Panhandle and northern areas of Florida won't get out the 50s, 60s for the central peninsula of Florida. I mean, and only into the 70s as far south as Fort Myers. So, chilly day, very chilly day. That's all I got, guys. Stay tuned tonight. We'll take a sneak peek. We'll give you an update on lake effect snow, and then we'll take a sneak peek and see what's going on for Thanksgiving and try to figure that out for everyone. God bless everybody, and have yourselves a great Thursday.